So I just checked out Kids vs. Aliens recently. This is not a film that I rushed out to see or anything like that, but this is directed by Jason Eisener, who is responsible for making Hobo with a Shotgun, which is probably his biggest film. This film hit a few festival circuits at the end of 2022 and then had a wider release in 2023. Jason Eisener is also known for some shorts, including one in VHS 2, which is what this film is based on. It's basically an extension of that short. And he also did one called Y for Young Buck, I believe, in the anthology ABCs of Death. So, like I said, Hobo with the Shotgun is his biggest film, his widest budget film, I would say. This one doesn't seem to have had as big of a budget as Hobo with the Shotgun did. I love Hobo with the Shotgun. I absolutely adore that movie. This one I'm kind of lukewarm on. There's a lot of good things going for it, but it's not as memorable as the trailers might suggest or any of his previous works. It also took quite a long time for this one to come out because Kids vs. Aliens in VHS 2, that's already 10 plus years old, I'm pretty sure. And for this big of a wait time kind of thing, I just expected more. Like, this is a really short film too. Excluding the credits, this clocks in at about an hour and 8 minutes, which really feels like the length of a lot of episodes these days. Like when you watch a limited series or something like that, like this movie is basically as long as an episode, and it feels like an entire limited series crunched into a movie kind of thing. Like it crunched into an hour, so it really rushes itself. It feels rushed. And just the production value feels really low, but intentionally low. So I'm not going to criticize that too much because the way the aliens look and stuff like that, they're really funny looking. They look like, guys in jumpsuits, and I like how their mouths are like open, like Scream style. And they got these big eyes and round heads, and they look funny. They they have like an independent movie cheap look to them, but it's part of the movie's charm. This film also goes for like a lot of 80s vibes, with the music, with the synth and stuff like that. One thing Jason Eisner is really good at, and one of the biggest compliments I can give him for all of his work, including Hobo the Shotgun, this, and all the shorts, is he really knows how to emphasize a film and keep a film going and keep it entertaining using shots and cinematography as well as music. That's his best skills, hands down. And he really knows how to utilize like a good soundtrack and great cinematography, using a small budget, which is actually a really hard thing to do. Like it's a really impressive thing to do when you can take a micro budget and make it feel bigger, but also not lose the audience to the small budget kind of thing. So he's really, really good at that. But I really wished that this film was longer and it had more to offer because it just felt way too quick for its own good. And just for lack of a better word, I hate to say it, but unfinished. This film just had such an unfinished feel to it, and it's kind of hard to understand why because there was so much time between the short being released and this being released that I figured that there would be a lot of time put into it. Now, I don't know if this is budget restraints that did that or production issues. Maybe, the pandemic had something to do with it, but I don't know. I couldn't help but shake that feeling of like an incomplete project kind of thing. And I really don't want to like harp on it too much because I understand the effort going into it, and I honestly don't know if how I'm critiquing the movie was intentional or not. I'm just trying to be 100% honest and really give it my personal review, my personal critique. I did enjoy it. Like I ended up with a 2.5 out of 5 because there's a lot of elements that I enjoyed of it, a lot actually, and then there's things that I thought could have been improved on. So it definitely delivered in like a really funny, really throwback style, really wild, really wacky. The costumes again are really low budget, not just with the aliens, but with the characters themselves, because the characters are basically a bunch of young kids making low budget films in their backyards and in their bedrooms and stuff like that. So that's really cool, like how this independent movie is kind of about kids making independent movies. So already there's a charm right there because it feels like, art within art kind of thing. These kids drop f-bombs left, right, and center. It's kind of ridiculous to the amount of times they use the f word. It's just nonstop. It kind of reminds me of that film Good Boys, I think it's called, where it's like an 18 plus film that stars kids. Basically, this is kind of like that. And yeah, basically, like I said, it's an extension of the short that was in VHS two. So yeah, a bunch of kids are filming, low budget films. It's Halloween time. This film takes place on Halloween, and then aliens come. And closer to like the climax of the film, there's this cave discovered by their house because they live by a lake, and there's this whole like slimy, gross out battle in the cave where it's basically kids versus aliens, as the title suggests. And we have this bully character too. The actor's name is Caleb McDonald, and right from the get go, like this guy is such a psychotic villain. Like this guy is absolutely unlikable from frame one. There's nothing redeeming about this character, and just the lengths that this guy goes to fuck with the kids, like he goes to some insane lengths. It's ridiculous. Um, I don't know what Caleb McDonald's like in real life, but damn, did he deliver one hell of a villain in this character. And the way he treats the main girl, the actress's name is Phoebe Rex. Um, Man, the stuff done to this poor girl is just absolutely ridiculous. There's a lot of tropes that come with the story too, like her falling for him because he's the bad boy and whatnot. But once you really start to get to know his character, you're just like, there's nothing to like about this guy. Like this girl is drooling over some guy because she's supposed to drool over the badass, but like I can't see in real life a guy being this disgusting and anybody wanting to be around him. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Even his group of friends who are another two bullies are both ridiculous and over the top too. But like the best thing about this film that I enjoyed the most is how fun it is and how realistic it is to like, especially if you're already into independent movie making and you have that like pop cultureness in your interests kind of thing. It's a lot of fun and it delivers a lot of like goofy humor, just like Hobo with a Shotgun did, just on a smaller scale. Which I don't know why it's a smaller scale. It is what it is. I wouldn't say this film compares to Hobo with a Shotgun. I certainly enjoyed Hobo with a Shotgun more, but as soon as you watch like 2 minutes of this movie, you can see the themes in it. So you can definitely tell it's a Jason Eisener film for sure. And I want to see a lot more from Jason Eisener, even if it's just shorts or whatever. I like this guy's vision, and he really has a phenomenal vision, especially when it comes to cinematography and music choice in his films. So I really like everything he's put out, and I would love to see more. Unfortunately, like I said, it's not as epic as Hobo with a Shotgun, but it's still good for what it is. I'm just looking for more, man. I'm just looking for more of it. So that's all I got on Kids vs. Aliens. 2.5 out of 5, like I said. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care and cheers.